Okay, so for today's video, I'm going to be doing my updating how I clean my makeup brushes. So the first things I usually start with is, I always clean my brushes near my sink, obviously. So if I need to clean any of my dishes, then I'll do that, and then I'll go right into cleaning my brushes and getting everything set out for cleaning my brushes. Okay, so now we're going to set everything out, but first I wanted to talk about things that you will kind of need. So when it comes to towels or anything, I would use not just a regular towel like this. Use an old towel. I have been using this for a while, and I don't want to get makeup on it, so I'm actually I steered away from using this towel. I don't normally use old towels since I have this. I'm gonna use paper towel. I kind of use about maybe this much, but I have two of them. So I just kind of set those down first. I have those set out. So now we're going to go back to things we need. So paper towel. You need either dish soap or baby shampoo. I'm using regular shampoo. This is almost gone, so I'm just going to use that. You need whatever thing you're using to clean your brushes. So I'm using this mini toy washing machine. And then obviously you need your brushes and or beauty blenders. So I'm also going to use my beauty blender. The thing I figured out with using the washing machine is that my beauty blender won't fit in this. So what I actually use a plastic bag like this, and I fill it with the shampoo, water, and some olive oil, and I stick this or my puffs into here, and I kind of just mush it around with the beauty blender and the puffs in it. So that's also stuff you will need, but I'm not going to include it in the list. So we're first going to start by putting in the beauty blender solution. So I first kind of like to set the beauty blender in first, so it'll get all saturated first. And then I'm going to take my shampoo, use that much shampoo in there, and then I'm just going to fill it with water, but I'm just probably do about that much, and then I'm going to go fill it with olive oil, and I'll be right back. So I'm just going to show you down in my sink of how I like to do it. So I just put in the olive oil, and now I'm just going to kind of squeeze all of it. And first you kind of shake it up to get the mixture going, and then make sure it's also sealed tightly. But sometimes if you accidentally add too much of say olive oil, that's what I did this time. I added too much olive oil. I'm going to just kind of get some out, and then I like to start kind of meshing it around. And once you see that the water is getting a little bit gross, that's when you can start just letting the beauty blender soak for a little bit. And then what I kind of like to do is when I'm also cleaning my brushes, I kind of to check on the beauty blender to see how it's doing, if I need to wring some of it out. So now I like to keep this aside and just start cleaning the brushes. Okay, so for cleaning the brushes, normally I would start, after I would film, I would start cleaning my brushes that I've used. And I also, I usually stop from around lunchtime, so I have lunch and while I'm cleaning. So if you see me like go back and forth from here to eating, sorry, I'm hungry. So again, I'm gonna go in with my shampoo. I think I can take off the lid because there's not, you can't really get a lot in. So I'm first going to put some shampoo. I could get probably that much of the shampoo in it. So what this is also, this is to drain out all the water. So I'm going to fill, actually another thing that you need. So let's just say you're not in your sink and you do have a cup though. So I'm just going to fill the cup with water, and this is how we're going to, what we're going to use to pour into this. And then another thing is to have 2 cups. So this is for the gross, icky water. I'm just going to put in the sink. We're going to set this next to the washing machine so we can have it accessible to pour. So right now I'm just pouring it in. I haven't actually used shampoo in this yet, so I'm not sure if it'll work or not. So I'm going to bring you guys down and show you. So what I'm going to do now, all the water's in, I'm just going to press this button to turn it on. And hopefully it'll start mixing it all together. Yeah, okay, good. Right now I'm just going to do a couple of brushes to show you how I do them. And then I'm just going to speed it up for the editing process. So I normally just go in, I usually take 3 or 4 brushes just to make it go quicker. So I'm going to just do one at a time this time. So I just kind of set the brush in, I let it, oops, it stopped. Okay. But I let the little thing in there kind of move it by itself. Like that. And then once I take it out, I like to stop the machine and I just kind of use my paper towel and just wipe off any of the excess makeup on it. And then I set the brush aside. I'm going to do it 2 more times just to show you guys. So I'm just going to dip it in. And kind of wait for a little bit. I kind of check it. I like to kind of dip it like this and then go back in. And if I take it out one more time and if I see there's no product on it, then I'll go on to the next brush. So I think that one's good. I'm just going to dab it off a little bit, turn that off, and then go on to the next brush. Now with bigger brushes like this, I have to be more careful because it could just have the water just spill out everywhere. So I really want to dip it, I don't want to dip it in too far. I go about maybe 1/3 in from the brush, for the brush. Okay. I'm going to kind of dab it a little bit. I want to go in just a little more. Okay, so once I did a little bit more, I'm going to check all the sides to see how if there's any more product on it. That one's good. And then I kind of just go like this if there's any like soap, or I run it under water if I'm near water, or I can just dip it into here actually and kind of squeeze out the excess. The thing that I learned is not to get the brushes in like that much, just kind of like maybe about that much of every single brush, because you don't want all the bristles to come out. So now I'm just going to, I just wanted to also show you guys the quicker method of how I like to clean my brushes. So I'm going to take, that's actually 5. I'm going to take 4 brushes like this, and I'm going to stick them all in the washing machine. I'm going to pour a little bit more water in. I'm going to turn it on. Hopefully it'll work this time. I'm going to try 2 at a time because it's just not working. Okay, so while I let those sit for a little bit, just kind of let them wash themselves, I like to kind of go and eat my lunch for a little bit, and then come back around maybe 2 to 3 minutes, and then check them. If they're not dirty, if they're still dirty, I can go back and eat lunch. So yeah, I'm gonna check them now, turn it off, just kind of dab around the paper towel, see if they're good. I'm gonna let this one sit for another 3 minutes, and then I'm gonna go in and put the next 2. So this is actually the normal way how I clean all of my brushes. I just wanted to show you the individual ones, how you can either do the individual ones or you can do two at a time. I mean, if they're these ones are a little bit too big, but I would normally do 4 at a time. Okay. That one. These are good, and again, I like to kind of dip into the water and just kind of squeeze all of it out, and then kind of, if there's any soap on the ferrule or on the stick, I just kind of rinse it off, and I set these aside. So let's check the Beauty Blender now. So when I want to check the Beauty Blender, I like to start just kind of mushing it one more time. And I'm going to move you guys over here so you can see better, so I don't spill all over the place, actually. Okay, so I'm just going to take it out. I'm just going to squeeze one more time. It's pretty clean. Let's see. I think I'm going to leave it in there a little bit more. Maybe right after I finish with my brushes, I'm going to take it out and let it just dry. So that is how I like to clean my updated, how I like to clean my brushes and my Beauty Blender. So I hope you all enjoyed today's video, and see you guys in the next one. Bye!